the account as it came to, but apologies, should have just warned about the discretion of viewers on that particular matter. Well, we're focusing on that again now. This time, Paul Obanua joins us as a public affairs analyst. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Well, looking at this matter, lots of people have talked about the role of citizens in all of this. And then, yes, much as they juxtapose that with that of security personnel, as it were. But for this whole scenario, what is your perspective about the role that we have to play here?
Okay, before I go into that, I want to first of all sympathize with families of those that lost their lives at the incidents in Abuja, Nyanya Park bomb blast, and also I'm deeply saddened by this event of abducting young girls. I can't even begin to imagine what the families are going through, the kind of trauma they are going through, and I hope that those girls are tracked down very soon and reunited with their families. The society in general, the entire citizenry of this country will have a major role to play. If you look at the U.S. Patriot Act after the 9/11 bomb blast, it emphasizes this center or the central role of that law or that act was to encourage citizen surveillance. That act enabled the American government to set up an information call center where anybody at any time could call in, and they still have very simple 3-digit numbers that could be remembered by all, that you don't need to rock your brain to find out, oh, how many digits, or is it 11 digits? The number was given out. For example, you have the 911. So the key thing to enable the Nigerian people to support and help government in anti-terrorism surveillance or give information. Trust me, somebody saw that vehicle or saw somebody maybe putting together what kind of bomb, whatever IED they used at Nyanya bus park. Somebody must have suspected something. But right now, if you want to make a call, who do you call? You can't remember any number. But if you had a 3-digit number, 901-005, anybody could remember it and give information anonymously. It is very key. So it's not just this war. It should not be left for the security operatives. So it's everybody's war. And I want to emphasize here that we should stop politicizing terrorism.
How do you mean?
What I mean is that, trust me, at that Nyanya incident, they were APC sympathizers, they were PDP sympathizers. So if you want to make it a PDP thing or Jonathan thing, you're making a whole lot of mistake. And the next time you try to politicize this or gain political capital from this, it might be your cousin, or it could have been your daughter in Government Girls College in Borno State. In those days when we had students coming from Lagos to Federal Government College, Medugri, and all of that. It could have been the son of any of these big political stalwarts in any of the parties. So we should stop politicizing it. I'm encouraging a bipartisan approach to resolving this terrorism issue.
But that does not mean that whichever political party is responsible or is in position don't have their role or their responsibility and the flack where they need to take it. But if you look at the role of citizens here, it's complementary. So something's got to be done first before the citizens come in.
I can tell you about complementary role. Vitamin C, what your body needs, is so negligible, but when it's not there, you're sick. Not to talk of vitamin A, what you need is, it cannot even be captured. But once it's out, the absence is very, very noticeable. No matter how complementary or tiny this complementary role the entire citizenry of this country is required, it is still required.
No,
the military, trust me, they are doing as much as they can do. But what do you get from GNI? The next time the military gives a big blow to Boko Haram, the GNI will come out and say, look, the military there's a campaign against Muslims. When the military hits Boko Haram, it's not a campaign against Muslims. It's a campaign against terrorism. Hold on, I'm coming to something. That becomes very demoralizing.
Part of what we're saying is that it is complementary.
Yeah.
Because there are several cases where security is being reached out to, which they tell us on TV, and they say, look, help was not coming. If you look at the testimony of the lady who escaped, the girl who escaped, and in this, what they said, what seemed to be consistent with so many commentary about it, is that they usually have the time. They come in large convoy, they come with so many vehicles, they always have the time. Why is that the case?
Currently, it is already known and accepted that you have infiltrators in the ranks of the military. But why wouldn't you have such a thing when you have a governor that keeps lambasting the military operations in his state that is under state of emergency?
Because he said it once,
what
makes it keeps?
No, what should be done as they are renewing this state of emergency is to urge the governors, or even tell them, or let them step aside.
What is wrong
with you know what some Nigerians will be saying now,
yes.
With every respect, is that the governor, after all, should have been listened to, because when he came forward, everyone was against him. But as it is now, people are picking children almost freely, and people are actually getting hit almost daily in that particular region. Now, it puts some kind of emphasis on the comment by that particular governor. So, what do you say? Shouldn't we have listened keenly and deeply to see where there were lapses?
The question I will ask, the governor being the chief secretary.
No, we don't have to throw it back at the governor, because now we're talking about empirical evidence before us. We can see it, we can feel it, and now you have children. Ms. Obanua, you have children, and people are saying not 10 children have been taken away. 100, and now we don't even know the actual number.
Yes.
And the governor once spoke about people having some edge over us as a people.
Yes.
Isn't this the time for us to sit down and rejig what we should be rejigging?
Honestly, the fight against terrorism, you need to rejig every day, actually. I'm not saying that the military, they are operating at optimum efficiency. That is sure. But a situation whereby you have comments from the chief executive officer of the state, where you have a situation whereby the chief executive of the state, in the case of the governor, making demoralizing statements.
But almost a moment here. Sorry, so that you can marry it together, because almost all those in leadership position haven't actually even done anything better in statements and comments. So, who do we blame in this case? We just played a tape from the Minister of Police Affairs telling us if what we're saying is true after all, and he went on an appeal ride, and now you put that side by side with the governor, and subsequent comments, or rather, past comments from people in offices and in government. So it means that perhaps we still haven't been able to get the true import of what is happening.
Like the point I'm trying to emphasize, if you allow me to finish it, is
I'll let you.
Yes. If you're the governor of a state that is under the state of emergency, you shouldn't even be making any statement. Your business should be cooperating with the military. And if you cannot hold your mouth or measure your utterances, then you step aside. Let me finish with that.
Go ahead.
What I'm trying to say is that if you're responsible, if you're responsible over a territory under siege, you cannot be seen to be making, like in the case of Inyako as well, making statements that are inimical or demoralizing to the operations of the security operatives in your territory. That is one fact. I'm not saying, like I said, it's an issue of why do you have media campaign? You have media campaign to demoralize the operatives. Vietnam War was won in the media by the Vietnamese communist group. What they did was to target Western media. That was it. So if you keep making demoralizing statements, look, the soldier is not going to fight.
He only said this once.
No, it's not once. There's several occasions where such statements have been made.
Just a moment.
So you...
Just a moment.
Okay, go ahead.